Kung Fu is hard work. Would you agree?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Kung Fu is very hard work. When I started Kung Fu, I was 11. On the first day, listen closely, on the first day that I went to class as a child, when I was 11, I remember it was a Saturday. And Saturday was the day where at Master Chin's school, everybody did sparring. So even though it was my first day, they put the gloves on, they put the headgear on, and they made me fight. So they wanted to see what I could do. At 11, you know what happened?
What?
The other kid knocked me out.
How?
A punch in the face. He knocked me out. I was literally on the floor unconscious. Now, I would ask you all, what would happen today if that happened here at Kung Fu Connection? You know what would happen? Either he or I would be going to jail for child abuse. That was my first day. He knocked me out. It wasn't the teacher, it was another student. I'm not asking questions. That's what happened on my first day. Did I quit?
No, sir.
Did my parents make me quit?
No, sir.
No. You know why they didn't make me quit? They didn't find out.
How?
I didn't tell them. Because I knew that would be the last class if I told them. And I really wanted to learn. And I trained, and I trained, and I trained, and I had a very, very hard time because I was not an athletic child. And I trained, and I got a little stronger, and a little bit stronger, and a little bit stronger. At one point, I found out that the school was sending representatives to the local karate tournament, so I asked my Kung Fu master if I could go, if I could participate, and he said yes. I was terrible. I was no good, but he still let me go. So I went, and I lost. But I didn't quit. You know why I didn't quit? Because I knew that if I quit, I was going to be a little weakling for the rest of my life. And I really didn't want that. I was going to be pushed around, I was going to be bullied, and I was going to hate my life. So I didn't quit. Then my master closed his school. After about 2.5 years, he closed the school. He actually had 3 schools at the time. He had 2 in Miami and 1 in Fort Lauderdale, and he closed them all up. Do you know why he closed them all up?
No, sir.
Because he was being threatened by the Chinese mafia. They wanted protection money. The Chinese mafia. The gangs, the Chinese gangs. They wanted protection money from him, and he refused. So he closed down the schools, and he moved to the other side of the country, in California. I was brokenhearted. Do you think I stopped training? No, I didn't stop training. I kept training by myself. And I kept training, and I kept training, and I kept training. And I kept going to the karate tournaments. And that was where I met my second master, who taught me Emperor's Long Fist and Monkey Style. He also taught me how to fight. He was the one that really, really, really taught me how to fight. And it was not easy. Our classes were 3 hours long. Not an hour. Not an hour and a half. Each class was 3 hours. We barely had any students. The teacher didn't care. He didn't want a lot of students. He just wanted really good students. He wanted students that had, like your warrior's code word, determination and perseverance. That's what I had. And I joined his school, and on the first day that we fought, and he put the gloves on me, and I fought with him. I was 14, by the way, by this time. I was 14. I joined his school. You know what he did?
No seatbelt.
He knocked me out.
What's the difference, teacher?
He knocked me out. He actually didn't knock me out. He dislocated my jaw. Yeah, at 14.
What does that mean?
You know why? Because he noticed that whenever he would attack me, I would scrunch up and close my eyes. And he told me, stop closing your eyes. You're not allowed to close your eyes when you fight. And I still closed my eyes. So I stopped closing my eyes. You know why I stopped closing my eyes? So he would never dislocate my jaw again.
Did he get in trouble for it?
He did not get in trouble for it. As a matter of fact, he was studying pre-med at the time, so as soon as he dislocated my jaw, he popped it back into place. He gave me $1. He made me go downstairs to the 7-Eleven and buy gum, and he forced me to chew the gum in class, which hurt like crazy. Did I quit? No, instead, I became his assistant, then I became his disciple, and then I took over his school.
What is a disciple?
Disciple is like the higher student of the teacher, the one that is going to learn everything that teacher has to teach. Yes?
When you took over the school, is this the school right now?
You could say that. It's not this location. This was down in South Miami. But yeah, kind of. Yeah. So, and I'll never forget it. He was very eloquent in his technique. I had a head guard on, and he used a hook kick to take off the head guard and then follow it up with the same leg, the same foot with a roundhouse, and that put my jaw over here.
I don't want that to happen.
Do you think my parents found out?
No seatbelt.
I didn't tell them.
Eventually you told them?
Never.
Did you bleed? So how about we went home?
What?
Did you bleed?
No. No bleeding.
So how about we went home?
How did I what?
How about we went home?
I just went to my room, did my homework, played my guitar, watched TV, went to sleep with ice. When they were asleep, I went to the kitchen, I got some ice from the freezer, and I put it on my jaw, and that was the end of that. That's Kung Fu. Kung Fu will fix whatever is broken. I had the fear of getting hit. I never had that fear again. Because I knew, no matter what, nobody was ever going to hit me as hard as he did. And that was my lesson. And that's how I learned. And that's how I became a tournament champion in the state of Florida. For 13 years, I went to competition and won, and won, and won, and won, and won. This is one of the reasons why my school became famous and why we've been able to stay open for more than 40 years. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So Kung Fu is hard work, but it pays off very high dividends. Very high. It will change your life for the better in every way. And I can assure you that whatever work and whatever sacrifice you might go through, to develop your skill, it will be worth it. How do I know? Because we have seen throughout thousands and thousands and thousands of students that we have taught that is the fact. Whoever stays, whoever works hard, whoever takes this seriously and not as a game and not as playtime, but whoever takes this seriously will gain amazing strength, confidence, power, discipline, so on and so forth. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So, by being here, you all might have just found the best kept secret in Miami. Because, as Sifurigo said earlier, there aren't a lot of Kung Fu masters left in the world. Recently, I had a student, very good, very serious student, tell me that he was going to be moving. And he went to a local school where he's going to be moving to, and it was terrible. I checked it out on the internet and I found out it was terrible. Many of my students, for one reason or another, that have had to move away, later they try to find another school. I can't tell you how many of them end up calling me back, either very upset or even crying, saying that it's not the same, it's not the same. And I say, I know it's not the same. As a matter of fact, next week on Monday, I have a Zoom class. You know what a Zoom class is, right? It's a class on Zoom on the computer, right? So one of our students said, you know where she moved to?
No.
Istanbul.
What the world?
It's on the other side of the world. She moved to Istanbul, but she still wants to train here. So we're doing Zoom classes.
So you see her doing her Kung Fu.
And I will tell you something.
Okay.
Even if you go to China, like Sifu Rigo said, most of what you find are contemporary instructors. Contemporary instructors means the new style of Kung Fu, not the original style of Kung Fu, not the traditional style of Kung Fu. That's mostly what you will find. And in certain cases, if you do find a traditional master that will accept you because you're not Chinese, he might make you wait 10 years before he teaches you anything of real substance. And if you quit, like my master used to say, too bad. So I wish you all luck in your journey, and I hope you're able to make the best of it and to develop yourselves to the highest level so that you can have a great life and continue to practice your Kung Fu and continue to spread the word. And I implore the families and the parents and all the children also, talk to your friends in school, talk to your cousins, talk to your family members, talk to your neighbors, see if anybody could improve their life with Kung Fu and recommend us, because we always need your help. Our biggest source of students has always been, for 40 years, always been word of mouth. And we need you now as much as we always have. So let your friends know in school. Let your cousins know. Let your neighbors know. Hey, I do Kung Fu. It's really cool. Come and check it out.